Hey guys, thank you for watching my video today. Today is about the 5 things that I think probably could have been a lot better actually on this new 16-inch MacBook Pro from Apple. Now right away you're like, what is this quality? You're not using your usual camera. I thought it might be cool to actually record it on the new MacBook Pro because it does have a better camera and better audio, like you're hearing the speakers on here. So I'm doing that, and then I'm actually gonna film with an iPhone, so it's a total Apple smoosh. Anyway, why am I making this video? First of all, I like this laptop a lot. I don't regret buying it at all. It's amazing. But at the same time, my whole thing is like, does everyone really need this thing? It is really, really expensive. Spoiler, that's one of the reasons. But anyways, I have 5 things that I think you should at least know of and consider before you dive in and make this big purchase. So let's get into it. So the first reason, definitely not like number 1 reason, but it's the design/size. And now there's 2 parts to that. First of all, maybe you want to go with the 14-inch. I almost would recommend that. Part of me, just like this much of me, wishes I would have just went with the 14-inch because the 16-inch is so big. But that other side, the part of me that makes me want to keep it is because like it's so big. it's awesome. You can have like 4 windows working at once, just doing your work, and you're not like cluttered up switching between windows. Like you can actually multitask so well. The screen is just so big and gorgeous. So that's the first part of that. The second is like if you're really into the design sort of things and like looking like you have like the latest tech, if that's something you really care about, which I know a lot of Apple people are, like that's why they get the newest phones every year or whatever. So if that is anyone in your blood, you might not love this. Mainly if you go back even to like 2000, or not even, all the way back to like 2002 to 2005, go Google, or actually I'll have some pictures of that MacBook Pro on right now. It borrows from that more than any other MacBook Pro in my opinion. And I actually owned one of those and loved it. So it's like, it's big. They made those in 15 inches and 17 inches. And then this one is kind of obviously like right in the middle with the 16. So I think that's kind of interesting and cool that it borrows from that. But if you got the silver one, for instance, it would look like you own a 10 to 20-year-old computer. So if that's something that's gonna bug you, then you might wanna maybe look around, maybe go with the 14 because that is like a unique size. But the 16-inch, it kind of looks like an old computer, which I like, but maybe you don't. So that's the first reason. Number 2 is this should be number 1 actually. So I was so excited to get this because I was so sick of dongles hanging out of my MacBook. It has an SD card slot and I was so excited about that. And then when I put the first card in, it sticks out about like this much and I am just devastated. Like at least go in like another, I don't know, like 2 centimeters or something, because I still have things like poking out of my laptop and it's a bummer. I really don't like that. It's better than the dongle, for sure, don't get me wrong. But it's like, it's just, Number 3, as I kind of spoiled already, this thing is so expensive. Now, this is like an over $2,500 laptop, and this is the lowest spec one you can get. It goes all the way up to like $7,000 or $8,000. I don't know. I think it's a lot of money. You could buy 2 MacBook Airs for this much. M1 MacBook Airs. You could have 2 of them. You could have that and a Mac Mini and buy some monitors. You'd have like a whole desk setup and then also do, I don't know, like a mobile MacBook Air or something. So that's like, when you consider that, it's so expensive. But it is pretty cool because it's all in one. You can turn it into like a PC almost, or like a desktop. You can put monitors on it and everything. So you can really deck it out and turn it into like your one size fits all machine that can handle everything. That's what I'm doing anyways. 5 is like just me being like picky, I guess. But like when you look at the keyboard on the 16-inch, it's actually like kind of small. And I bet on the 14-inch, it actually is a lot better because it's to scale and it's not as, it's probably more made for the 14-inch is what I'm trying to say. But on the 16-inch, it's like smushed onto it. You have so much like negative space, open space on like the base of the computer that they could have probably, made the speaker smaller or something and made bigger keys and just make it easier to type. That being said, the actual like click of the keyboard and everything is actually really good. But like just things like the arrows, like they could have made them full-size keys. They could have expanded. They could have done a little bit more here. Not the end of the world, of course. It still works just fine, but it's worth noting. And now the final thing, it's all everyone's talking about, but it's the notch. And I don't care about it at all. And it's not the fact that the notch exists. It's the fact they didn't do anything with it. All that's in there is a green light for when it's recording and the camera. They could have done Face ID. They could have had like any of like the cool stuff that's in iPhones in this notch, for example. They should have done something more. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I love the finger ID, touch ID, whatever it's called. That's great. But in my opinion, I think they should have done something with it other than just have it be there, which it's fine. It's kind of annoying too. You'll notice like the menu bar, they make it bigger than like on the old 13 inches. It's like a lot bigger on these new MacBook Pros. And I think it's to account for that notch. So it's kind of funny, I think. But anyway, those are the 5 things. If they're not deal breakers for you, I know they weren't for me, but hey, maybe they are for you. So hopefully this video helped or something, or killed some time, maybe. Anyways, I appreciate you guys watching. Everything I'm doing is in reverse, and it's kind of, I don't know, maybe I should just quit doing these videos. I'll let you guys go. I'm out. Bye.